One of the things you're gonna notice about this cup is that it does not have a speck of glitter. Well, I take that back. It might have a random speck of glitter, you know, but it was not created with glitter in mind. Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are gonna be breaking down a cup created by Niome from Niome Designs. This is really special. I've never talked about someone else's cup on my channel before, so I'm really excited and a little nervous to be doing this. She came over, coffee in one hand, Cricut in the other, and sat down and asked me, what do you got? And I just started throwing stacks in front of her. She went right away and grabbed the Coquette champagne bottles. Then she grabbed a little bit of the flannel, a little bit of the plaids, and then kind of went back to those polka dots and was like, no, I think this is where we're gonna go. So she took last year's Halloween dots and she took this quarter's champagne bottles and combined them together to create a magical piece that I am just completely in love with. So step by step, we're gonna break it down on how you can achieve this cup at home. Niome is starting off with a straight 30-ounce hog tumbler. This cup is my favorite model because you can quickly wrap your tumbler. If it's tapered or curved or anything like that, and you want to just whip it around and wrap your tumbler, it's gonna go all wonky. You know, your pattern's not gonna be in that straight level line. So that's why I really like these 30-ounce tumblers. So stock up on those. It'll save your sanity and you will enjoy the vinyl process of cupping. All right, she measured her cup with weight at the top, less weight at the bottom. And she flipped it around. Now, I've never seen anybody do this before, but she put it face down and she kind of measured, just sort of eyeballing it. If you want to make precise cuts and you want to make sure that you are getting exact measurements, then there are templates that you can buy on Etsy that, depending on if you want to do a full wrap, if you want to do a V-split, if you want to do a half split, there's all kinds of templates that are out there that'll help you measure exactly, and you can just whip it through your machine and you can get the precise measurement every single time. So she's eyeballing this, she's lining up her vinyl to the bottom edge of her cup, and she has her marking on her tumbler on where she wants her vinyl to wrap around. And she just makes a little tick mark right here, and then she's gonna put this through her paper cutter. And then the squeegee part. The squeegee saved my life. You can wrap this around by hand and you can do like the push through method to make sure that you don't get any bubbles and you can just kind of walk it on out. Or you can get a squeegee, which I fully recommend. They come in different sizes now. Now they have these big long squeegees that if you wanted to do a complete full wrap, it'll just cover every inch of your tumbler and you can just whip it on down. So she's got her standard small squeegee and she's gonna use that to just kind of just evenly wrap this vinyl all the way around the bottom with no fuss. She has found her seam and she wants to cut away the excess. You gotta be very careful that you do not cut too much and you overcut and you pull it away and then it exposes the steel on your tumbler. Oh, I've done that so many times in the beginning, but my girl here, she's a pro with that blade. She knows what she's doing. She found her seam and she just slayed it. Like, didn't need the tape. She did it one-handed, very, you know, a whippersnapper style. I mean, I'm a little jealous because I'm too chicken. I won't do that. But she did it and she did it great. Next, she did the same process with her Pop Some Bubbly vinyl. She just flipped it back around. She measured her edge. She knew how much she wanted to throw on there. And then she just followed the line and whipped it around with her squeegee. No fuss, no mess. So now let's go ahead and clean up our edges. We're gonna take our Sharpie and we only want a little bit of the bottom to be exposed. So she put it down on the table and she's gonna hold it nice and firm and whip it around. And this is what she's going to cut. She did this at the top and she did it at the bottom. So this is what I really like that she does here. In all her cups, she takes little elements or little inspirations from these patterns and these designs, and she sees something in it. Like here, she saw a bow, and she says, okay, instead of just doing a regular striping to cover this seam right here where the two vinyls meet, I want to put like a ribbon. I want this to look like a fancy package or a present. So I'm going to put a fancy puffy little pink bow. She went in, she found a graphic for this bow, sent it through her machine, and now she's going to put that on top of her seam to tie all of this together. No pun, no pun intended. She's going to tie these two vinyls together with a beautiful little bow. She ran this through her Cricut, and then she did a little drop shadow with this black vinyl. So I don't know, like she is amazing at putting these, like lining up these vinyls. I am awful. Every single time I try to cut something out and then do like an outline, I mess it up. Like I have to do the full image and then drop this smaller image on top. She did an outline. Look at that. Look at that. That is skill. I would have messed that up. Immediately messed that up. And then she's took her pink ribbon and she wrapped it all around to cover her seam, and then used her X-Acto knife to kind of trim around the edge there. And then she's going to cover her seams with a very thin sliver of black tape. Now, this here that she's doing, you see this? This is called striping. And I am just now, I mean, I am a handful of years in the game now, but I just recently nailed my striping. Okay. I just recently nailed my striping. So when someone can come in here, and I know it looks easy, but let me tell you, it's not easy. This is what I'm talking about. How like your line has to be super balanced or it's going to look funky. It's going to look not sharp. Yeah, no. She's able to walk it out. Now, I have a very heavy hand and I like to pull my vinyl very tight and taut. And I think that's where I kind of go wrong sometimes. You got to have a very gentle hand when you're walking this striping out because it's very thin and it will stretch very easily, especially the thin striping that is striping the top of that pink. Oh my gosh, it's very hard. And she killed it. I can't believe it. Now, let's watch her slay this striping. The trick to doing the striping is walking it out and pressing down every little smidge of the way. You have to walk it with one hand and press it with the other every smidge of the way, okay? If you give it too much slack and then just try to run your finger to lay it down, it's going to be all curvy and wavy and it's going to look all funky. You don't want to do that. So walk it and tap it. Walk, tap, walk, tap, walk, tap, all the way around. That's the secret. And then she did the final touches. We sat there and we thought of, okay, what saying would really hit it home with this cup? So I came up with a little bougie, because I'm a little bougie, you know, who isn't? And she found the font. This font, oh, I love this font. This font is everything. I love this cup. Can you tell? I like how the big block letters have these little polka dots in them, and it looks like it's lit up, like a Moulin Rouge light up sign. And she originally didn't have the black outline. She just had the pink with like the dots and the yellow behind it, the gold, and it wasn't popping. She says, what am I missing? And I said, well, maybe if we outlined it in black, just like we did the bow, it'll kind of make it all stand out. So she ran it through her machine. She got that outline, laid it down. I mean, that's skill right there. That's very hard, especially on a curve. If you're trying to like stick something that thin on a curve, and it's like hard because it's bending, it's stretching, but she did it. I love it. I gotta like practice that one because I'm not very good at that. She laid it down and it popped and it was amazing. And it just tied everything all together. She did seal it so that way all these little lines did not start to peel up because we have a lot of small detail in this cup. Definitely want to make sure that you seal that because vinyl sometimes will act funny, like curl up or start to shift and move when you lay down epoxy, especially when the epoxy is starting to heat up. So you really want to make sure that that vinyl is sealed. I did say that this cup did not have glitter, and that was the intention, but as you know, glitter is life, and it was getting spun with some cups that had glitter thrown on them during the epoxy process, and I think some glitter kind of floated over there, but that's okay because glitter is beautiful and that's what we do, so more glitter the better. All right, I hope you loved this video. If you did enjoy this video, please like and subscribe. Definitely leave me a comment letting me know what you think, and I will be seeing y'all next time. Have a good one. Bye.